As I'm not a shoutcaster. I do Starbow just for fun. Pull up the production tab. Next week we will be having... Did I win because Merc OP? Yeah, Merc pretty OP, or at least from what we saw. Not a whole lot of balance has gone into... sorry, let me backtrack on that really quick. I haven't seen a lot of gameplay footage of high-level people playing with the Merc to know what balance implementations have come out to make the Merc balanced. I'm sure, Kalevi and others have done a lot of work with the Merc to see exactly what makes it balanced in the matchup. Arthur, though, just doesn't have enough Starbow experience with games against the Merc to know how to react. The Reaver there, as we saw, really gets jumped on very quickly and DPS down, and it has to be picked up by the Warp Prism and kited back, though that 8-second cooldown on the grappling hook doesn't leave a whole lot of time for the Protoss to make use of their Reaver. I think more Zealots, of course, with an earlier speed would be useful. But no, the tournament that's coming up is going to be on the 2nd. That's next Friday. Will be a 16-player tournament with a $50 prize pool. On the advice of Ziphius, we're splitting that prize into $35 for first place and $15 for second place. And Vec and or Kellis may be available to do some co-casting. So I'll definitely look forward to this. Solo casting gig is not quite going so well. We have you can see that range there on the probe, really able to zap the SCV while it's well inside the build frame of that barracks. Getting shoot away. Now you also saw the moving shot right there. Because it has a range, it's able to move and shoot this SCV. This SCV does have way more DPS than the probe. And you can see that probe at a 1.3 attack speed, and the SCV has a 0.9. Yep, there it is. So SCV is definitely much more beef. You're a much higher DPS worker unit, but the probe able to use that finesse of its slight range and moving shot. Workers in Starbow are no joke. Running Zerglings or any unit into the mineral line is a good way of getting them killed quickly. So the last tournament was paid completely out of my pocket. Arthur did take that tournament away, so spoiler alert, we are watching replays from that tournament. Next tournament's prize pool is being donated from the Starbow Communities Fund. If you'd like to donate to that, you can go to starbowmod.com, and there's definitely some links there that will get you over to... I don't know what format we're using to do the donations from. Anybody in chat know? Oh, there's no health upgrade anymore. I'm just now reading chat. It's like way over here on the other screen, and I just don't see it. After this, we're going to be playing some sick BGH matchups. The tournament signups for next week's tournament is already out on starbowmod.com. If you want to jump over there, go to the tournament section. It will be the NASBL number 2, $50 open. Ghost coming out. What? AlphaSquad, you're making Ghost. What is this? So Ghosts work differently. Ghosts deploy, they kind of set up and sort of like a sniper's nest, where they're cloaked. It doesn't drain their energy. See, this Ghost is recovering its energy. It only has a flat energy cost. We can't see the energy cost right now because, well, it's cloaked. And it has the Seeker Drone. The Seeker Drone is a point defense drone, I think. Or is it? Sensor drone. What does it do? Spawns a small sensor drone on the ground. Allied biological areas. Get movement speed near the sensor. Cool. That's new. Definitely a lot of reworks coming out on the Ghost. Bonus movement speed. And it specifies biological units. And this is a mechanical unit, so I don't think you can put it over your own mineral field to speed up work mining. And we did see that Ghost get a lucky shot off there. Arthur's wondering what's going on. Oh, and here is another deployed ghost. But the observer is going to kill it pretty quickly. Yep. Looks like observer openings still pretty good. Clubby throwing down the bunker, AlphaSquad, sorry. Gonna have to use that to defend push that's coming up. We're still seeing bio though, more mercs coming out. Stim packs on the way. Nightbot, hey Nightbot, I haven't seen Nightbot in a long time. You can see just the range on these Dragoons, able to focus down that bunker there. Clevy though, only with 4 SCVs there to repair, and we do see much more Dragoons. Arthur may have been able to stay a little bit longer. Now, he is going to the back rocks, and we can see this is multiple back rocks, rocks that are stacked. So after you destroy one, you're going to have to continue to DPS through them all. You can see this one going down. So you actually have to stay back here and pay attention. And this is what it was in Brood War. Arthur realizing that, yeah, he still has to DPS down through all of these. I remember in the tournament you told me this was a bug on the map, but this is actually the way it was in Brood War. It was like a temple that was back here, and it was a lot of temples stacked on top of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. And Arthur's just giving up. You only have 4 more to go through, buddy. You can do it. Reaver's coming out. He is sticking to his guns with the Reaver. Let me see if the speed's finished yet. Nope. No Graviton, not even upgrading it yet. I'd like to see him move away from this Dragoon composition and move towards more Speed Zealots. Although with the number of Ghosts out, I think they do quite well against... Oh no, they do 36 damage, 18 versus light, and 27 versus medium. So that means they have an explosive damage type. Yep, and there's the explosive damage icon. So yeah, Zealots would be very nice against the Ghost Merc combo. Now, can Ghost shoot air? Only targets ground, so nothing here to deal with these observers. Except, of course, the Marines. Getting a scan down to kill the... Oh, and the missile turret comes out, though, able to snipe out that observer. What is the range on these Ghosts? Range 8. So with good positioning, they should be able to get damage. But see, the Ghost acts sort of like Siege Tank. You have to unstealth them, move them up, re-stealth them, and in each unsiege cost... We still don't know what the cost is. Let's see if we can find an unformed one. Oh no, I think they're all going to die before we can find out. Uh-oh, where's all the mercs at? Here comes a few. And you see how much of a speed boost they get while under that sensor drone. SCVs coming off the line in force, that's always a bad sign. SCVs actually absorb a tremendous amount of damage from Dragoons, but many are going down. And check the unit tab. He is ahead in workers. He does have the expansion, so you know, Clevy just needs to hold on and kind of let the game drag out. Arthur's still making quite a number of units back home, getting up that work prison. You know, Heartbreak Ridge was kind of famous for being really rough on Terran, especially Terran that went mech, because to get your third base, you kind of had to blob out here into this middle area, and we see more mercs, you know, jumping onto these Dragoons. Almost got that last one, but the mech army would have to come out here, and it's such a long distance to get up this ramp and to get down here and to take a third. Very, very long distance to have to move a mech army, unlike other matchups, other maps like Fighting Spirit, for example. Reavers do not do splash damage for those hitting with one. Ooh, almost gets it, but Arthur with the pickup is quite fast on him. He has 6 seconds to be able to drop him off before the Mercs are able to do their grappling hook ability again. You know what? Arthur's able to get it down with just good micro. He is getting cleaned up here. He is on one base still, but he's doing significant damage without moving into those speed zealots. You can see this one zealot just taking out so much damage from those mercs. Reinforcing dragoons here are now arrived. They have returned, as they say. Just chipping away at a few more SCVs. Still trying to get more Reavers out. And it's really becoming a war of attrition. And as the mercs get on top of these, oh, they just get picked up by the Warp Prism altogether. A couple of dragoons getting called out though. Arthur is making great use of the Warp Prism, quickly picking up units. Reaver's very slowly slugging his way across the map. I just love the way the StarCraft 2 Reavers look with that animation there. You know, I'd like to see more ghosts come out from Kalevi. I was excited to see them in the opening. A very sneaky way for Terran to fast expand. Ghost fast expand. PvT. And you see just the range from those mercs getting in on top of the units. Oop. I think here's where the ghost could help, speeding up his friendly units. Be able to get on top of these tanks, maybe. Kalevi, though, is lacking in the medic department. Here we have one medic coming out. This medic's thinking, I'm about to provide healthcare services for how many Marines? All by herself? Well, this medic was here. Definitely out of energy, though. Been working overtime. She's probably going to go complain to her union. So many dragoons, though. I really get a pretty good arc. Likely could take this engagement. He might be raiding for the Reaver. Oh no, the Reaver's actually in the mineral line dealing damage. And all of them are stacked up. Oh my lord, so many SCVs go down. Wow, going down to 17 SCVs. That's so much damage. And Arthur's expanding behind this. Does see the fusion core. Actually, I don't know if he could see the fusion core with that Reaver. Reaver's up here. Yeah, he can see it. He's going to try and target down the fusion core, but so much loss there from Kalevi. He's really going to be in a tough spot. We'll likely see all of his energy coming down on that call SCV down. And it is on a 50-second cooldown, so you can constantly spam it out. Oh, and good use of the grappling hook again to get up there and defend his fusion core. Odd place to build the fusion core, perhaps just trying to spot from the back, but I think... Ooh, here we have an engagement coming in, and all of the mercs getting right on top of the goons. It's still so much DPS. The one Scarab took that long trip around. Scarabs do not shoot down cliffs. They have to have a place to get across terrain. Because they do launch essentially another unit, Scarabs. But after this, we will be going on to a Starbow ladder party. Got more Reavers coming in. Just dealing so much damage to the mineral line. It's going to be difficult for Kalevi to carry on with all of this damage. Even though he's winning trades, he's winning engagements, it's just the Reaver harass. Reaver's getting blinded there. Still able to attack even though he's blinded? That's odd. Getting took out though by the ambushers that is the Merc. You just gotta love that grappling hook animation. And the thing I like is these little lights that come off of them. I see the SCVs don't have that. I wonder what they use to make those lights. I think that's probably the coolest part of the Merc as a unit. Not this awesome grappling hook that's ripping apart these dragoons, but definitely that little light that's on the front. And yeah, 25 to 20 workers. But, you know, we're completely mined out of this main base. Check out the unit tab. We only have one observer on the map. You know, I feel Clevies has room to add in other tech options. Maybe bring the Ghost back into his composition. If he was able to snipe a few of the observers, the Ghost could do pretty good work. And perhaps force some more production focused on observers, and maybe slow down this amount of Reavers we're seeing coming out. 2 Reavers out now. But Clay's been pretty good at picking these Reavers off in every engagement. Very Marine heavy though. Only 1 Merc involved in this engagement. AlphaSquad having to GG out. You know, I feel that was an odd engagement for AlphaSquad to take. He was in a position to where he possibly could expand. You know, he doesn't know it, but Arthur's completely mined out in the main. You know, he only has the natural, their own even worker counts, and Clevy still has mineral fields in his main, which should give him a higher income. Most of his mercs were still back home during this engagement, and he engaged with mostly Marines into Reavers. So I think AlphaSquad wasn't out of the game with this bio play, and I think this game could have continued for quite some time with a bio composition, which is so new for Starbow. I'd like to see more TVZ with bio. I'm very excited about that. Let's go ahead and jump out of this game though.